Okay, so if we are going to graph this line, negative 3x plus 2y equals negative 8, what I would first want to do is get the equation in slope-intercept form, which just means to isolate this y. So the first thing I want to do is add 3x to both sides of my equation. I have a zero pair here, so I end up with 2y is equal to negative 8 plus 3x. My next step in isolating would be to divide both sides by 2. So I get y is equal to negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4, and 3x divided by 2, I'm going to leave that in fraction form, 3 halves x. Now, although I don't have this in y equals mx plus b form as it's stated, I could easily rewrite that or just identify that the number in front of our x, this coefficient, is our m value or our slope, and this is our b value or our y-intercept. If I rewrite that, I would just look at it like this. Y is equal to 3 halves x minus 4. Okay, so now I can begin to graph. The first thing I want to do if I'm graphing and not using a graphing calculator is plot our y-intercept. I'm going to assume that this scale here is in single units, so our y-intercept at negative 4, I go to our origin and go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's our first point. Now slope, as I've said before, or you can also call this your gradient, is written as rise over run. So this is the amount that I'm going to go up or down. This is the amount that I'm going to go left or right. Because it's positive, as our x value increases, our y also increases. So I'm going to start by moving up and to the right. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, to the right 1, 2, plot a point. And we just repeat that motion. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, plot a point. If I wanted to go in the opposite direction, I would make movements in the opposite direction. So I would go down 3 instead of up and left 2 instead of right. I don't have a ruler right now, which is pretty bad, but I'm going to connect these points with a straight line. Arrows on both ends because this goes on forever. And then just in case we were working with a system, I would label this equation y equals 3 halves x minus 4. And that is how you graph a linear equation without a calculator.